Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science Story. Before we begin, just slow your breathing for a moment, because tonight we're going to explore something quietly extraordinary, the secret world of human vision. Your eyes aren't simply seeing reality, they're editing it, predicting it, and even filling in the gaps you never notice. And once you discover how this works, the world around you will never feel quite the same again. Tonight, we step into the endlessly intriguing world of vision, a realm where tiny, luminous structures connect the mind to the world. Your eyes are more than mere windows. They are intricate instruments, capturing light, detecting movement, and weaving it into the reality you perceive. Even in stillness, they shimmer with subtle complexity. Every glance reveals a universe of finely tuned lenses and delicate mechanisms, while each blink refreshes the world around you. Every fleeting moment of sight is a product of millions of years of evolution. Before we dive deeper, take a breath and allow yourself to relax. Let your body soften and prepare to drift into the remarkable universe of eyes. Some reptiles, for example, possess a hidden third eye tucked beneath their skin. Known as the parietal eye, this small organ sits atop the head and senses changes in light rather than forming images like the main eyes. Covered in a thin layer of skin or scales, it moderates incoming brightness, helping regulate daily rhythms and seasonal behaviors. Inside, it contains a simple lens, a primitive retina, and a nerve connection to the brain regions that govern biological timing. This ancient feature offers a glimpse into the early evolution of vision. It helps lizards detect predators above, align with the sun for efficient basking, and maintain consistent activity and rest cycles. While many modern species have reduced its prominence, the parietal eye remains a testament to the diversity and adaptability of visual systems in nature. In the skies, some birds perceive motion at speeds far beyond human comprehension. Raptors and aerial hunters rely on this rapid visual processing to capture prey and navigate complex terrain in the blink of an eye. Their eyes are not only sharp, but also finely tuned to detect fast-moving changes, feeding data to brain circuits capable of interpreting motion in remarkable detail. What seems like a blur to us unfolds as a clear sequence for these birds, guiding split-second adjustments of wings and tail. Certain species even possess retinal regions densely packed with motion-sensitive cells, allowing them to track movement against the horizon with extraordinary precision. In open skies, where distance and timing are critical, this remarkable speed of perception can determine survival. Other creatures perceive aspects of the world completely invisible to humans. Many birds, bees, and insects detect ultraviolet light, revealing patterns on flowers and feathers hidden to our eyes. A flower may glow with guiding marks that lead pollinators to nectar, while feathers can display contrasts that signal mates or rivals. These ultraviolet cues transform their environment into a rich tapestry of information, highlighting landing zones, species identity, or even warnings of toxicity. Some species also use UV vision for navigation, noticing patterns in the sky imperceptible to human eyes. For these animals, ultraviolet light is as natural as the colors we see, shaping their behaviors and interactions in profound ways. Even the shape of the pupil varies to suit specific ecological needs. Goats, cats, and certain amphibians, for instance, have pupils shaped to maximize their vision in particular environments. These adaptations sharpen focus, improve depth perception, or enhance sensitivity to light, showing once again how evolution shapes the eyes to match the lifestyle and survival strategies of each species. Some animals have pupils shaped in ways that reveal their ecological strategies. Grazing herbivores often possess horizontal pupils, which expand their field of view, allowing them to scan the horizon for predators while feeding. Predators, by contrast, frequently have vertical pupils, enhancing depth perception and precision for ambush hunting. The shape of the pupil not only directs how light enters the eye, but also influences how the lens focuses it, adjusting clarity across different distances. These variations help species cope with bright daylight or the dim glow of twilight. In essence, the pupil is far more than a simple opening. It is a finely tuned aperture, sculpted by evolutionary pressures to match the needs of each lifestyle. Insects take a very different approach to vision, relying on compound eyes made of hundreds, sometimes thousands, of individual units called ommatidia. Each ommatidium collects light from a tiny portion of the environment, creating a mosaic-like image of the world. This design excels at detecting motion, as changes in one facet stand out against its neighbors. Some species concentrate particularly dense clusters of ommatidia in regions used for hunting or navigating cluttered spaces. While compound eyes cannot resolve fine detail like the human eye, they offer a broad field of view and remarkable responsiveness, forming a distributed visual network that interprets environmental changes almost instantly. The result is a fast, expansive, and highly efficient perception perfectly suited to the demands of flight and swift movement. Even in the depths of the ocean, evolution has found fascinating parallels. The octopus's eye, for instance, mirrors our own in function through convergent evolution. Though vertebrates and cephalopods diverged long ago, both developed eyes with corneas, lenses, irises, and retinas arranged in similar ways. Yet the details differ in meaningful ways. In octopuses, photoreceptors face incoming light directly, eliminating the blind spot found in vertebrate eyes. Differences also appear in tissue structure, development, and molecular composition. This remarkable similarity demonstrates how evolution can solve identical problems with comparable solutions, even in unrelated lineages. Octopuses rely on their vision for camouflage, navigation, and complex behaviors, giving us a glimpse into a visual world both familiar and alien. Two very different forms of intelligence, one with a backbone and one without, perceive the world through structures shaped by parallel pressures over hundreds of millions of years. Even human eyes are never truly still. Tiny, constant movements ripple through the muscles, even when we try to hold our gaze perfectly steady. Far from being mistakes, these microsaccades, along with subtle drifts and tremors, are essential for maintaining vision. Photoreceptors quickly adapt to unchanging patterns of light, and without these movements, the world would fade into a pale, featureless blur. By continuously shifting the image across neighboring cells, the brain blends the refreshed signals into a stable scene, giving the illusion of stillness. These micro-adjustments sharpen edges, enhance detail detection, and sustain focus, revealing just how dynamic sight is beneath the surface of awareness. Some species perceive colors beyond human imagination. Birds, reef fish, and numerous invertebrates carry additional types of photoreceptors sensitive to wavelengths outside our visible spectrum. To them, what appears to us as a plain flower or feather may glow with patterns that indicate food, mates, or hidden danger. Their brains are wired to interpret combinations of signals invisible to humans, creating colors and contrasts without names or equivalents in human perception. In this sense, color is not merely a property of light, but a biological construct shaped uniquely for each species. Imagining the world through the eyes of a butterfly or a starling is like glimpsing a new primary color, a visual reality that exists entirely outside our experience, yet is ever present in nature. The human eye, in its complexity, serves as a living window into the brain. Light enters, but what forms is not a simple image. It is a cascade of electrical signals traveling into regions that govern thought, memory, and emotion. Every glance can trigger recollection, shift mood, or inspire insight, because the eye feeds the brain with ordered patterns, which are interpreted into meaning. When we view a painting, read a face, or admire a distant landscape, the eye is not merely observing, it is actively constructing reality, bridging the outer world with the inner world of the mind. In every sense, vision is both an observation and an act of creation. Under ideal conditions, the human eye is capable of detecting a single particle of light, a photon. Imagine the faintest trace of illumination, a lone particle drifting through darkness, and yet the visual system is so exquisitely tuned that it can register its arrival. In carefully controlled experiments, people sitting in complete darkness have occasionally reported perceiving just one photon entering the eye. Within each photoreceptor, molecules are arranged so that even this solitary particle can trigger a chemical switch. That tiny change sets off a cascade of amplification, much like a whisper traveling through a chain of sensitive microphones, until the signal grows strong enough for the brain to notice. In everyday life, this delicate sensitivity is hidden beneath a constant flood of light, scattered photons, and the internal activity of our own bodies. Yet it serves as a reminder that vision operates at the extraordinary intersection of physics and biology, capable of registering both the brilliance of midday and the faintest glimmer nature can produce. The retina at the back of the eye is far more than a passive screen. In fact, it is an extension of the central nervous system itself. Developed from the same embryonic tissue that forms the brain and spinal cord, the retina contains layers of neurons similar to those found deeper in the nervous system. Here, light-sensitive cells connect to intricate networks of interneurons that refine, sharpen, and interpret signals before they ever leave the eye. Some circuits emphasize edges, others detect motion, and still others calculate subtle contrasts between neighboring areas. Certain cells respond to darkening, others to brightening, while some track tiny points of light or gentle gradients. By the time the information travels along the optic nerve into the brain, much of the raw data has already been distilled into meaningful, actionable patterns. The way our eyes process information internally explains why even subtle changes in light or focus can instantly alter what we perceive. In a very real sense, the structures inside the eyeball are brain tissue pushed forward toward the light, tirelessly converting photons into structured signals that our minds can interpret. Far beneath the waves, where sunlight dwindles into permanent twilight, evolution has devised extraordinary solutions for vision. Some deep-sea fish and crustaceans have mirror-based eyes rather than lens-based designs we are familiar with. Their eyes are lined with layers of reflective crystals, which act like miniature mirrors. Instead of bending light through a lens, these mirrors redirect and concentrate incoming rays onto light-sensitive surfaces, much like a precision satellite dish focuses radio signals. As the animal grows, the arrangement of these reflective elements can adjust, maintaining optimal vision. In certain species, the mirrors are also organized to reduce blur from different wavelengths, allowing these eyes to function effectively in dim, blue-shifted light.
In the quiet darkness of the deep ocean, these mirrored organs collect and amplify the faintest illumination, revealing silhouettes, subtle glows, and movement that would otherwise vanish into the black water. No eye demonstrates complexity quite like the mantis shrimp. This small marine predator possesses eyes that seem almost otherworldly in their sophistication. Mounted on stalks and divided into distinct regions, each eye features a central band that functions like a highly advanced sensor array. Within this band, the shrimp has many more types of photoreceptors than humans, responding to portions of the visible spectrum, ultraviolet light, and even patterns of polarized light. This gives the animal access to visual information hidden from most creatures. Each eye can independently calculate depth because different receptor rows view the world from slightly offset angles. With this remarkable hardware, mantis shrimp can execute rapid, precise strikes, communicate with vivid color patterns, and navigate intricate reef environments. While we can only speculate about the subjective experience, the physical structure suggests a visual world rich with subtle cues and signals beyond human imagination. Human peripheral vision is similarly specialized, prioritizing motion over detail at the edges of sight. The retina in these regions contains more rod cells, which are highly sensitive to light, and fewer cone cells, which detect fine detail. Neural circuits in these zones are tuned to detect broad shapes, sudden movements, and looming objects rather than textures or small patterns. A flicker at the edge of vision can immediately capture attention, even if the precise form is blurry. This arrangement reflects ancient evolutionary pressures. Detecting a predator or approaching object would have been far more critical than noticing fine detail in the periphery. Once motion is detected, the eyes can swivel to bring the central high-resolution foveal region into play, examining the scene with precision.
No two eyes are ever exactly alike. Every pair is shaped by a combination of genetics, development, and experience, resulting in subtle variations in curvature, clarity, pigmentation, and internal structure. The cornea bends light uniquely according to its contours. The lens has its own arrangement of transparent fibers, and the distribution of photoreceptors varies across the retina. Even tiny differences in pupil size or iris texture influence how light enters the eye. Beyond the optics, each brain interprets these inputs through the filters of memory, habit, and personal experience. Two people observing the same scene will perceive subtly different mosaics of color, brightness, and shadow. One viewer might notice paths and human structures, while another is drawn to trees or patterns of light and dark. Every moment of sight is therefore a singular event, a blend of physical optics and neural interpretation, unique to the individual experiencing it. At the center of the retina lies a tiny, specialized region that delivers extraordinary high-resolution vision. This minuscule zone, densely packed with cone cells, captures the fine details needed to read, recognize a face at a glance, or thread a needle. Though it occupies only a small fraction of the visual field, the brain dedicates immense processing power to the signals it receives. Each time your eyes dart towards something of interest, they position this central region directly over the object, ensuring every detail is examined with maximum clarity. Beyond this area, vision becomes softer, relying more on motion and contrast than on sharp detail. The architecture of this region, shaped like a shallow pit, allows light to strike the photoreceptors with minimal scattering, creating a precision tool that underlies many of the subtle wonders of sight.
The human eye also discerns an astonishing spectrum of colors. Within the retina, 3 main types of cone cells respond to overlapping ranges of light wavelengths. The brain compares their relative activity, producing an immense palette of hues and delicate gradations. Over a lifetime, this sensitivity is refined through experience, allowing people to perceive subtle differences between shades that might otherwise go unnoticed. Artists, scientists, and gardeners often develop this skill deliberately, training their eyes to notice the faintest distinctions. Under natural lighting, the visual system can detect subtle cues, a ripening fruit, a change in foliage health, or shifts in the atmosphere, long before these become obvious in other ways. Though based on just 3 types of sensors, the brain's computations create an infinitely nuanced perception, orchestrating a quiet symphony of hue, brightness, and contrast that paints our world in vivid detail. Depth perception relies on a complex harmony of signals from both eyes and the surrounding environment. Each eye captures slightly different information about distance, angle, and motion, which the brain merges with astonishing speed. Tiny differences in timing and position are used to construct a 3-dimensional understanding of space. Movements of the head provide additional clues, as nearby objects shift more than distant ones, while eye muscles report strain when focusing or converging on a target. These signals must arrive in precise sequences. Any disruption can make the world appear flat or unstable. When all cues align correctly, we navigate crowded rooms, catch moving objects, and judge distances effortlessly. The seamless coordination that produces depth perception is one of the brain's most elegant achievements. Vision itself is a continuous reconstruction from rapid flickers of information. Light enters the eyes in a steady stream, yet the brain interprets it in discrete bursts, each carrying fragments of color, brightness, motion, and form. These fragments are woven together to produce a smooth, fluid experience. The brain constantly predicts what should happen next, fills in gaps, and smooths transitions so motion appears seamless rather than jumpy. When unexpected events occur, it recalculates instantly, updating the perception of the scene. Much of what we perceive is therefore a combination of incoming sensory data and internal expectations. This dynamic, unconscious process allows us to interpret facial expressions, track moving objects, and maintain balance. The stable reality we experience is not a passive reflection of the world, but a masterful construction, built moment by the eye and brain working together. The cornea is one of the most remarkable and densely innervated tissues in the human body. This transparent front surface of the eye is threaded with a fine network of nerve endings, extending deep into its layers. These nerves act as vigilant sentinels, responding instantly to irritation, dryness, or foreign particles. Even a minor disturbance can trigger a blink or a rush of tears, protecting clarity and preventing injury. The cornea's sensitivity is amplified by its lack of blood vessels, relying instead on a precise balance of moisture and oxygen. Any disruption can compromise its transparency, affecting vision. Yet, despite its vulnerability, the cornea is remarkably resilient. Its structure allows light to pass with minimal distortion, while its nerves ensure even the smallest threats are detected immediately. This delicate combination of transparency and vigilance keeps the eye's window clear and functional in a world full of potential hazards. Every human retina carries a tiny blind spot, yet we never notice it. At the point where the optic nerve exits the eye, no photoreceptors exist, creating a small area incapable of detecting light. Our brains seamlessly fill in this gap, drawing on surrounding colors, textures, and patterns to produce a continuous image. This is not guesswork, but a sophisticated, learned process. When an object crosses this invisible zone, the brain predicts its continuation based on motion and context, preserving the perception of a complete scene. Experiments can reveal this invisible zone, often surprising observers because the filling-in mechanism is always active. It illustrates how vision is not simply a passive reception of images, it is an active construction, blending, smoothing, and merging signals to create a seamless view of the world. Under the quiet night sky, the human eye can perceive the faint glow of distant galaxies. Far from city lights, subtle smudges of light appear, emanating from star clusters billions of light years away. Capturing these faint signals depends on photoreceptors in the retina, which gradually increase their sensitivity in darkness. With patient attention, the brain enhances subtle contrasts, revealing diffuse shapes that would otherwise remain invisible. Though the details are soft, the recognition of these remote galaxies connects us to the cosmos, allowing the observer to witness ancient starlight that has traveled across unimaginable distances before reaching the delicate tissues of the eye. Some species, like certain frogs, have evolved eyes capable of seeing in near total darkness. In shadowed forests and murky wetlands, these amphibians rely on retinas packed with unusually large rod cells, optimized to capture scattered photons filtering through dense vegetation or reflective water surfaces. Their pupils can dilate dramatically to admit maximum light, and in some species, reflective layers behind the retina redirect unused photons for a second chance at detection. These adaptations allow frogs to hunt at night, evade predators, and navigate complex environments with remarkable confidence, even when the world seems pitch black to human observers. In contrast, many nocturnal creatures have intensely sensitive hearing and smell. Tiny rustles and faint odors become amplified signals, priming their attention in dim conditions. Even the brush of a whisker against a leaf registers as a potential target or a threat. This heightened sensory input allows nocturnal creatures to perceive a complex world of subtle cues, illuminating the darkness of the night in ways unimaginable to daytime visitors. Even something as seemingly simple as blinking carries complexity. The eyelids close in rhythms that shift with thought and emotion. During calm focus, blinks may slow, preserving a steady stream of visual information. In moments of uncertainty, fatigue, or heightened thinking, blink frequency often increases as attention shifts between the external world and internal reflection. Surprise can pause blinking, while worry may accelerate it. These tiny closures are controlled by a delicate interplay of voluntary and involuntary muscles, orchestrated by neural circuits sensitive to mood and cognitive load. Beyond protecting and moisturizing the eyes, blinking punctuates thought, providing brief pauses that help the brain transition between ideas. Behavioral scientists can even use blink patterns as subtle indicators of attention, engagement, or emotional tension. In this way, each blink is a silent conversation between body and mind.
Some animals have evolved extreme adaptations to maximize light capture. Owls, for instance, rely on eyes shaped for maximum sensitivity in dim conditions. Their eyes are large and tubular, packed with photoreceptors tuned for low light, leaving little room for rotation within the skull. To compensate, owls possess extraordinarily flexible necks capable of rotating their heads far beyond human limits. This combination of fixed, light-sensitive eyes and agile neck movement allows them to survey wide areas while perched silently, detecting faint motion and targeting prey with uncanny precision. Their visual system illustrates how anatomy and behavior evolved together to meet the challenges of a nocturnal life. The color of the iris can be equally revealing. Striking blue eyes, for example, owe their hue not to pigment but to structural light scattering. Microscopic collagen fibers in the iris scatter shorter wavelengths more efficiently, creating a blue appearance much like a clear sky. Variations in fiber density and arrangement produce a spectrum of shades, from icy pale to deep azure. While melanin is present in small amounts, it is the interaction of light with tissue structure that defines the final color. The result is a subtle, dynamic effect. Iris color may shift with lighting and angle, demonstrating how biological materials can generate vivid hues through physical processes rather than chemical pigments. Some insects possess extraordinary abilities beyond human experience. Dragonflies, ants, and other species can detect the polarization of sunlight, perceiving the orientation of light waves in the sky. Specialized photoreceptors respond differently depending on light polarization, and by comparing signals across their eyes, insects create a natural map of sky patterns. Even when the sun is obscured by clouds or terrain, these animals can navigate with precision, demonstrating yet another fascinating adaptation of vision in the natural world. Some insects navigate the world using patterns invisible to most humans. Polarization vision allows species like dragonflies and ants to detect the orientation of sunlight in the sky. These patterns shift with the sun's position, providing reliable cues for direction. In open landscapes, this ability helps insects travel long distances, locate water, and return to their nests with remarkable precision. To these creatures, the sky contains geometric information that guides purposeful movement, revealing a hidden dimension of light entirely invisible to human eyes. The retina itself performs astonishing work before any signals even reach the brain. Light entering the eye passes through multiple layers of interconnected neurons, which begin refining the raw input immediately. Some cells emphasize edges by comparing brightness between neighboring regions, while others detect motion, speed, or direction. Additional neurons adjust sensitivity depending on changing light levels. This early pre-processing reduces the burden on higher brain centers, organizing visual information into manageable streams and highlighting only the most meaningful patterns. The retina's layered architecture functions like a biological circuit board, with each type of cell contributing to the transformation of photons into structure, motion, and contrast. By the time signals reach the optic nerve, the image is already filtered, sharpened, and primed for interpretation, allowing fast reactions and precise perception, even in complex environments.
Vision begins forming astonishingly early in development. Within weeks of conception, long before limbs take shape, small folds emerge from the developing nervous system, forming the foundations of the eyes. Chemical gradients and electrical cues determine where future photoreceptors will reside, how the lens will curve, and where neural pathways will extend. Tiny vessels nourish the growing tissue as the eye achieves structural complexity unmatched by nearly any other organ. The retina, derived from the same embryonic layer as the brain, behaves like a living extension of neural tissue. Cells migrate with extraordinary precision, assembling layers that capture light and convert it into meaning. By the time a newborn opens its eyes, millions of intricate connections are already in place, providing the foundation for a lifetime of visual experience. Sight emerges gradually, through weeks of careful biological choreography, preparing the infant brain to map the world long before conscious memory appears.
Many animals have evolved specialized adaptations for night vision. Inside the feline eye lies a reflective layer behind the retina, which amplifies dim light. When photons pass through the retina without being absorbed, they bounce off this reflective tissue and pass through the photoreceptors a second time. This double exposure dramatically increases sensitivity, allowing cats to navigate twilight environments where most creatures see only darkness. The reflective layer also produces the familiar glow seen when light catches a cat's eyes at night. Far from decorative, this feature is a functional adaptation tuned to enhance the blue and green wavelengths prevalent in low light. Combined with pupils that dilate dramatically to capture every available photon, the result is night vision that feels almost supernatural to humans, but is simply part of a cat's daily life. Even the iris itself carries a unique signature. Within the colored rings surrounding the pupil lies a complex tapestry of fibers, folds, and crypts, forming patterns more individual than fingerprints. These structures arise from subtle interactions during development, influenced by genetics, tissue movement, and pigment distribution. Even identical twins have irises that differ in fine detail. Unlike fingerprints, iris patterns remain stable over a lifetime. Beyond their uniqueness, these structures influence function. They affect how light enters the eye and how the pupil responds to changes in brightness, subtly shaping visual perception. Even what seems like a simple eye color carries incredible complexity. The patterns in human irises, blue, green, hazel, or brown, are actually biological signatures formed through countless microscopic events. Each swirl, fold, and fiber is unique, making every iris unlike any other. Researchers studying ocular geometry often marvel at this variation, noting that even closely related individuals can have distinct patterns. These structures are more than decoration. They subtly influence how light enters the eye and how the pupil reacts to changing brightness, shaping the foundation of vision itself. Some animals see the world in ways humans cannot imagine. Certain snakes, for instance, possess heat-sensitive organs near their mouths that detect infrared radiation. These organs can sense the warmth of a small animal even in total darkness, creating a thermal map layered on top of regular vision. Neurons in these structures connect directly to brain regions that guide hunting, track movement, and navigate nocturnal environments. This dual perception allows snakes to detect living creatures without relying on light or motion. For them, what humans perceive as darkness transforms into a detailed landscape of heat, revealing life through invisible radiation.
The human visual system is not passive. It predicts motion before it occurs. Neurons responsible for motion detection fire in patterns that anticipate trajectories, allowing the brain to forecast where objects will move. This predictive capacity smooths the flow of motion, making fast-moving objects appear continuous rather than fragmented. It supports everyday activities, from catching a ball to following someone's gesture, and operates constantly, even without conscious awareness. By anticipating changes, the eyes and brain create a coherent, stable world from a constantly moving environment. The lens of the eye continues to grow throughout life. Unlike many organs that reach a fixed size, the lens gradually adds new layers of transparent fibers, concentric like the rings of a tree. This slow growth alters how the lens bends light and, over time, makes focusing on nearby objects more challenging. Without blood vessels, the lens relies on carefully balanced fluids and proteins to remain clear. In youth, its remarkable flexibility allows rapid focus shifts between near and distant objects. But as we age, this adaptability declines, illustrating the subtle ways a single structure can shape the entire visual system. Some species have taken eye movement to extraordinary extremes. Chameleons and certain fish and reptiles can move each eye independently, like tiny periscopes. This capability allows panoramic awareness without moving the head, gathering separate visual information simultaneously. When the animal focuses on a target, the eyes align for precise depth perception, but until that moment, they scan the surroundings with remarkable freedom. Muscles controlling these movements operate with astonishing precision, conserving energy while maintaining vigilance. This system is a perfect adaptation for habitats where motion attracts attention and stillness ensures survival. Even our own vision remains stable amid constant movement. Every step, breath, and posture shift moves the head slightly, which could blur the visual scene. Yet the brain compensates using signals from balance organs in the inner ear, adjusting eye position reflexively. Higher brain centers distinguish changes caused by our own movements from real environmental shifts, creating a steady, coherent view. This seamless integration of sight, balance, and motion allows you to read while riding in a vehicle, follow conversations while nodding, or navigate uneven terrain without losing clarity. Our perception of a stable world is the product of countless sensory pathways working together in perfect harmony. Your eyes and ears work together to judge distance with remarkable precision. Depth perception is not guided by vision alone. Tiny delays in sound, subtle changes in pitch, and faint echoes reflecting from nearby surfaces all provide valuable clues. The brain merges these signals with visual information to build a three-dimensional understanding of the world. This partnership becomes especially important in environments where visibility shifts rapidly: crowded rooms, dense forests, or dim evening light. Muscles around the eyes report how hard they are working to focus at different distances, while the auditory system tracks how sound travels through space. Together, they reveal whether something is near or far, moving or still, harmless or potentially threatening. Through this multi-sensory collaboration, you navigate the world with confidence, even when one sense alone might not be enough. The surface of the eye is protected by a tear film of astonishing complexity. This delicate coating is made of multiple layers, each essential to comfort and clarity. The outer layer contains fine oils that slow evaporation and create a smooth optical surface. Beneath it lies a watery layer rich in nutrients, oxygen, and protective molecules that nourish the cornea. Closest to the eye is a thin adhesive layer that helps the film spread evenly with every blink. This system is constantly renewed by glands that respond to irritation, dryness, and even emotion. The tear film washes away debris, preserves clarity, and supports healing whenever the surface is disturbed. Without it, the cornea would dry and become vulnerable to infection, and vision would quickly blur.
Though almost invisible, this layered shield is one of the eye's most vital protections. Some insects experience the world at speeds beyond human comprehension. For creatures that dart through the air or race across open ground, survival depends on detecting change almost instantly. Many insects refresh their visual world many times faster than humans can. Their photoreceptors recover quickly, their neural pathways transmit signals with incredible speed, and their brains process motion in ultra-fine slices of time. To a dragonfly weaving through a swarm, the world unfolds in crisp, rapid frames. A fly escaping a swatting hand reacts not by chance, but because it perceives motion long before a human does. This accelerated perception grants insects remarkable agility and shapes a reality fundamentally different from our own.
Human vision, however, can sometimes be persuaded to see movement where none exists. The brain constructs motion from changing patterns of light rather than motion itself, which means that carefully arranged images can trigger the illusion of drifting, rotating, or sliding forms. Static shapes and alternating contrasts trick the visual system into filling the gaps with imagined movement. These illusions reveal the shortcuts the brain relies on. Instead of examining every detail, it predicts what should happen next, and occasionally, those predictions overwrite reality. Motion illusions remind us that perception is an interpretation shaped not only by the external world, but also by expectation and biology. Evolution has also tuned the human eye to perceive green with exceptional sensitivity. For early humans, the ability to distinguish subtle variations in foliage meant the difference between safety and danger, food and hunger. Over thousands of generations, the visual system became finely tuned to the wavelengths associated with green. Cone cells respond strongly to these frequencies, and neural pathways amplify them efficiently. This is why small differences in leaves or vegetation appear vivid and distinct. It also explains why many people describe green as restful or natural. The brain processes it with unusual ease. Even designers and digital artists rely on this biological legacy, using green to create comfort, depth, and harmony. Certain birds of prey possess vision that surpasses human capability by an astonishing margin. High above fields and valleys, eagles and hawks glide with eyes built for extreme clarity. Their retinas contain incredibly dense clusters of photoreceptors, and some species even have more than one fovea to sharpen vision at different angles. Light entering the eye is analyzed with exquisite precision, allowing them to detect the faint rustle of a tiny animal far below. What appears to humans as background texture becomes for them a detailed and information-rich landscape. These adaptations allow birds of prey to hunt across vast distances with accuracy that feels almost supernatural. Within the eye itself lies a remarkable defensive strategy known as immune privilege. Vision depends on structures so delicate that normal levels of inflammation could cause permanent damage. To protect them, the eye operates under modified immune rules. Cells and chemical signals behave differently here, limiting unnecessary reactions that might cloud or scar the transparent tissues. This careful balance preserves clarity, but also requires precision since infections must still be controlled without harming the eye. Scientists continue to study this phenomenon to better understand how the body protects such a fragile and essential organ. Immune privilege highlights just how crucial vision is and how far biology has gone to defend it. Your brain fills in missing detail every time you blink.
Each blink briefly interrupts the flow of light entering the eyes, yet the world never seems to flicker or disappear. Instead, the brain seamlessly stitches these moments together. Before the eyelids close, it gathers information about motion, color, and spatial layout. During the fraction of a second that vision is interrupted, the brain produces a temporary continuation of the scene, guided by memory, context, and expectation. When the eyes open again, the returning visual input blends effortlessly with this internal projection. The result is a sense of smooth, continuous vision, even though darkness replaces the world many times per minute. This remarkable ability reveals just how much computation is constantly at work to stabilize perception. Every blink becomes a silent pause that the brain hides through elegant reconstruction. The pupil also responds to thoughts and emotions, not just to light. Although its main role is to regulate brightness, it subtly reflects inner experience. When a person becomes interested, surprised, focused, or emotionally moved, tiny muscles in the iris react to associated neural activity. The pupil may widen when attention deepens or when mental effort increases. In social settings, these changes can quietly signal engagement or attraction, forming part of the unspoken language between people. These shifts are not under conscious control. They arise from deep links between the visual system and the autonomic nervous system, the same network that governs heartbeat and breathing. Even imagined scenes or vivid memories can trigger these responses. In this way, the eyes do more than receive light. They mirror the changing landscape of the mind itself.
Some animals possess rectangular pupils that enhance awareness of the horizon. Grazing animals, such as sheep and goats, live in open environments where threats may approach from many directions. Their horizontally elongated pupils broaden the visual field, allowing them to scan wide stretches of landscape without moving their heads. This design also helps stabilize the view of the ground and horizon as they move. The result is a panoramic window onto their surroundings, a visual system beautifully tuned to survival in open terrain. This geometry allows these animals to monitor potential threats approaching from many directions while still focusing on food close to the ground. The horizontal shape also helps stabilize the horizon during head movement, reducing distortion and keeping the landscape visually steady. Remarkably, when grazing animals lower their heads to feed, their eyes rotate within the sockets to maintain alignment with the horizon. This automatic rotation preserves their panoramic field of view even as they eat. Predators, by contrast, often possess vertically elongated pupils that sharpen depth perception during ambush. The rectangular pupil is therefore a beautifully engineered solution to a life spent balancing feeding with vigilance, offering a wide visual sweep that allows prey to detect danger before it draws near. The retina also contains cells that track daylight to regulate sleep. Among the many layers of light-sensitive tissue are specialized receptors that do not contribute directly to vision. Instead, they monitor overall brightness and send signals to the brain centers that control circadian rhythm. These cells respond strongly to blue-rich daylight, helping to synchronize the internal clock that governs sleep, alertness, hormone release, and body temperature. As daylight fades, their activity decreases, signaling that night is approaching and preparing the body for rest.
Bright light at unexpected times can disrupt this delicate timing, revealing just how sensitive the system is to environmental cues. The presence of these non-visual photoreceptors shows that the eye regulates far more than sight. It anchors the rhythms that shape daily life. Humans can also adapt to low light far more than most people realize. Although our night vision cannot rival that of nocturnal animals, the visual system becomes dramatically more sensitive after time spent in darkness. Rod cells increase their responsiveness through chemical adjustment, capturing faint photons that would otherwise go unnoticed. Meanwhile, the brain amplifies subtle contrasts and filters out visual noise. With patience, details slowly emerge, transforming what first appears pitch black into a world of outlines and gentle shadows. This adaptation requires several minutes, but reflects an ancient survival ability from a time before artificial light. Some creatures communicate through fluorescent patterns visible only under specific wavelengths of light. Across coral reefs, forest floors, and desert plains live animals whose bodies contain hidden markings that glow when exposed to ultraviolet-rich illumination. These signals arise when special molecules absorb one color of light and re-emit it as another, often far brighter. Many reef fish display glowing stripes for social communication in dim water. Certain amphibians carry fluorescent markings that signal species identity or mating readiness. Even some birds reveal luminous patterns invisible in ordinary daylight. Fluorescent signaling becomes a private language, perceptible only to those with the right visual sensitivity. Under the correct illumination, entire hidden worlds of color suddenly appear, revealing social behaviors and survival strategies that normally remain unseen. The eye also maintains internal pressure with remarkable biological precision. A clear fluid called aqueous humor circulates constantly through the eye, delivering nutrients to tissues that lack blood vessels. For vision to remain sharp, this pressure must stay within a very narrow range. Too little pressure, and the eye loses shape and cannot focus light. Too much, and delicate nerve fibers may be damaged. To maintain balance, tiny drainage channels continuously regulate flow, adjusting to posture, hydration, stress, even subtle facial movements. The process is so finely tuned that most people remain completely unaware of it. Only when the system falters does the fragility of vision reveal itself. In the deep ocean, some fish possess eyes larger than their entire heads. In the crushing darkness of the abyss, sunlight fades into nothingness. Yet these species rely intensely on vision. Their enormous eyes gather every possible photon, extracting faint glimmers from bioluminescent organisms drifting through the black water. These outsized organs represent an extreme adaptation to a world where light is the rarest resource of all.
Some deep-sea fish develop eyes so large that they dwarf the skull itself. These oversized organs contain vast fields of photoreceptors designed to capture the faintest glimmers of bioluminescent light drifting through the black water. Their lenses are exceptionally wide, maximizing light intake, while the retinas are packed with dense layers of rod cells tuned for sensitivity rather than detail. Because these fish inhabit depths where distance is difficult to judge, their vision prioritizes contrast and orientation over sharp form. Such enormous eyes would be unnecessary, even burdensome in brighter environments. But in a world where survival depends on detecting the faint silhouette of a passing creature, they become essential. Observing these animals reveals how extreme environments push evolution toward optical designs that appear almost surreal. Human color vision began with a genetic duplication event in ancient primates. Millions of years ago, early primates possessed only 2 types of cone cells, limiting their ability to distinguish certain hues. Then, by chance, a gene responsible for one photopigment duplicated itself. Gradually, mutations shifted the sensitivity of the copy to a slightly different wavelength range. This small molecular accident laid the foundation for the rich color perception humans enjoy today. With 3 cone types, individuals could better distinguish ripe fruits, young leaves, and subtle environmental cues, advantages that shaped feeding behavior, social interaction, and habitat choice. As vision evolved, the brain adapted as well, developing neural circuits capable of comparing and interpreting millions of shades. What now feels natural and inevitable began as a fortunate genetic coincidence that transformed primate perception. The visual cortex itself can rewire after injury with remarkable plasticity. When regions responsible for interpreting sight become damaged, neighboring areas often reorganize to compensate. Neurons strengthen alternative pathways, assume new roles, and adapt to fresh demands. This plasticity is strongest in childhood, yet persists throughout life. Individuals who lose vision early often develop heightened abilities in hearing or touch as the brain repurposes visual areas for other senses. Even in adults, targeted therapy can encourage functional recovery. This adaptability reveals that perception is not fixed. It is a living, responsive network that learns continually, rebuilding, rerouting, and rediscovering ways to understand the world. Some animals even switch between lens-based and mirror-based vision as they grow. A few aquatic species begin life with conventional refractive lenses suited for shallow water. As they mature and migrate into deeper or more unusual lighting environments, parts of the eye transform into reflective structures that direct light back toward the retina. Mirror-based optics excel where refractive lenses struggle, especially when light approaches from unexpected angles or is scarce. These transformations involve not only structural remodeling, but also neural adjustments to interpret the new type of image. Evolution, in this case, tailors vision not just to the species, but to the life stage itself. Your visual world also reaches awareness slightly late. Although perception feels immediate, light must first strike the retina, trigger electrical signals, and travel through neural pathways before the brain interprets it. This processing creates a tiny but meaningful delay. To prevent the world from appearing fractionally outdated, the brain predicts what should be happening in the present moment, blending expectation with sensory input. Most of the time, this forecasting works flawlessly, smoothing motion and stabilizing reality. But certain illusions reveal the underlying delay, exposing just how much perception depends on timing and prediction. Butterflies can see spectral patterns hidden from human eyes. Many species possess photoreceptors tuned to ultraviolet light, revealing markings on wings that remain invisible to us. These patterns guide mate selection, navigation, and communication, forming a vibrant world of signals that humans can only imagine. In sunlight enriched with ultraviolet wavelengths, a butterfly's world becomes layered with messages we never evolved to see, a reminder that every species inhabits its own unique visual reality.
Many butterfly species are able to see ultraviolet light, revealing visual patterns completely hidden from the human eye.
What appears to us as a single flat color is, for them, covered in intricate ultraviolet signals used for communication and survival. These patterns help butterflies recognize members of their own species, assess mating readiness, and define territorial space. Even flowers take part in this hidden visual world, displaying ultraviolet landing guides that direct butterflies straight to their nectar. Their eyes are equipped with specialized photoreceptors that distinguish extremely fine variations within the ultraviolet spectrum. As a result, butterflies live in a reality filled with contrasts and messages that humans simply cannot perceive. This delicate connection between ultraviolet vision and natural coloration reveals an invisible layer of ecological interaction happening all around us. Inside the human eye, each photoreceptor cell follows its own internal biological rhythm. Throughout every day, these cells cycle through phases of repair, renewal, and fine-tuning. Although they generally align with the body's circadian rhythm, each receptor also maintains its own unique schedule to manage light exposure and metabolic demand. While we sleep, they undergo deeper restoration to prepare for another full day of visual processing. These constant maintenance cycles protect the retina from fatigue and damage caused by continual exposure to light. When these rhythms fall out of balance, the result may be eye strain or reduced visual performance. Even at the cellular level, the eye functions like a network of tiny laboratories, each photoreceptor continuously regulating, rebuilding, and refining itself to preserve clear sight. Many spiders possess 8 eyes, and remarkably, each set of eyes plays a different role. Instead of simply duplicating vision, their visual system divides tasks across specialized lenses. Some eyes excel at detecting motion, others assess depth, and the largest forward-facing eyes focus sharply on detail. Jumping spiders, for example, rely on their central eyes for precise hunting, while the smaller secondary eyes constantly scan for threats from every direction. This combination allows spiders to function effectively in darkness, bright sunlight, and complex terrain. Their distributed visual network creates a panoramic awareness that would be difficult to achieve with a single pair of eyes, beautifully reflecting the diverse environments in which spiders live. Humans also carry a unique class of light-sensitive cells that respond especially to blue wavelengths. These cells are not responsible for forming images or contributing to vision in the traditional sense. Instead, they act as regulators of the body's internal clock. When exposed to natural daylight, they signal the brain regions that control alertness, hormone production, and sleep timing. Even on cloudy days, scattered blue light keeps these cells active. However, extended time spent indoors under lighting that lacks blue wavelengths can disrupt these signals, leading to fatigue and sleep disturbances. Their discovery revealed that the eye influences far more than sight alone. It silently anchors the body's daily rhythm to the light of the sky. Some migratory birds may even perceive Earth's magnetic field through quantum-level processes inside the eye. Within their retinas lies a specialized protein that changes behavior when exposed to certain wavelengths of light. This reaction produces paired particles whose alignment shifts depending on the surrounding magnetic field. The resulting pattern may form a faint visual overlay, allowing the bird to sense direction as part of its ordinary vision. This extraordinary ability blends physics and biology in a way that challenges our understanding of perception itself. In some migratory birds, the interaction between light and specialized proteins inside the eye produces faint visual overlays that appear to guide navigation.
These magnetic cues may be experienced as subtle gradients or ghost-like shapes superimposed upon the ordinary visual world, helping birds maintain direction during journeys that span entire continents. This internal compass makes direction more than instinct. It becomes a quiet feature of perception itself. This remarkable fusion of quantum physics and biology represents one of the most extraordinary sensory systems found in nature.
The retina communicates with the brain through a non-stop cascade of electrical signals. Every moment of sight begins as photoreceptors convert light into pulses of activity, which then pass through layers of interneurons that refine the information into patterns representing movement, contrast, edges, and brightness. What travels along the optic nerve is not a simple image, but a highly compressed code describing relationships between objects in the environment. Millions of signals fire each second and disperse through different brain regions responsible for recognition, awareness, memory, planning, and emotion. Even a minor disruption to this flow can dramatically alter perception. Acting as the brain's first visual processor, the retina transforms raw light into meaningful rhythms that make everyday experiences, from reading to recognizing a loved one, possible. The speed, precision, and density of this communication reveal the extraordinary coordination required for every instant of sight. Your eyes are constantly fine-tuning themselves through the precise work of microscopic muscles. With every glance, the iris adjusts pupil size to regulate incoming light, narrowing in bright scenes and widening when darkness falls. At the same time, tiny muscles reshape the lens so images remain sharply focused at different distances. These corrections occur in fractions of a second, quick enough to prevent blurring or retinal overload. Additional stabilizing movements keep the world steady as you walk, breathe, or shift your head. Although the process is continuous, it remains completely unconscious. The sense of visual stability you experience depends on thousands of micro-adjustments happening quietly every minute. In desert habitats, some animals have evolved natural filtration systems within their eyes to survive blowing sand. Certain reptiles possess clear protective coverings that allow them to see while blocking abrasive particles. Camels combine elongated lashes, layered eyelids, and internal folds that trap grains before they contact the cornea. These structures not only defend the eye, but also conserve precious moisture in intensely dry climates. Tear ducts help wash irritants away, ensuring the eye remains functional even during sudden sandstorms. Thanks to these adaptations, desert-dwelling animals navigate conditions that would quickly damage unprotected vision. Human night vision depends on specialized rod cells that excel in low light. As daylight fades, visual responsibility shifts from color-sensitive cones to rods, which contain pigments capable of detecting even the faintest photons. Over several minutes in darkness, chemical changes inside the rods increase their sensitivity, slowly revealing outlines and motion that were previously hidden. Although rod-based vision cannot distinguish color, it is exceptionally effective at detecting contrast and movement, abilities that once played a vital role in nighttime survival. This ability once helped early humans detect predators and navigate safely beneath the night sky. Even today, patience in darkness reveals just how dramatically our visual system can adapt. Given enough time, the night ceases to feel like an empty void and becomes a world of soft outlines and quiet movement. The extraordinary sensitivity of rod cells ensures that humans remain connected to their surroundings even when light is scarce. Some aquatic animals can change the shape of their lenses almost instantly.
Life underwater exposes them to constant shifts between dim depths, bright surface reflections, and cloudy waters. To keep images clear across these extremes, certain species reshape their lenses far more rapidly and powerfully than humans ever could. Instead of relying only on delicate muscular tension, they adjust the entire curvature of the lens, snapping focus from near to far in a fraction of a moment. This ability allows them to pursue prey, avoid obstacles, and correct for the way water bends light. Their lenses remain crystal clear despite this flexibility, thanks to specialized fibers arranged to retain transparency while allowing movement. Neural circuits precisely coordinate these adjustments so vision remains sharp at the exact moment it matters. This remarkable system shows how visual organs evolve into finely tuned instruments in response to demanding environments. Color perception is created through a partnership between the eye and the brain. Light itself carries only wavelengths, not color. Color emerges when cone cells in the retina respond to overlapping ranges of wavelengths and send signals that the brain compares and interprets. The mind evaluates the balance of activity across these cone types and even considers surrounding context to construct the experience of hue and brightness. This is why identical wavelengths can appear different depending on lighting or background. Without the brain's interpretive role, the world would appear only as degrees of brightness rather than the vibrant spectrum that shapes memory, mood, and meaning.
Some animals perceive a far greater range of contrast than any human screen can reproduce. Their retinas adapt locally to both bright and dark regions at the same time, preserving fine detail in shadows while still resolving highlights in intense sunlight. Species living on open plains, exposed mountainsides, or reflective water surfaces often rely on this ability to survive. Compared with these animals, human-made displays capture only a narrow fragment of nature's true brightness range. What looks flat or uniform to us may contain rich visual structure for them, hidden details that reveal predators, prey, or distant movement with striking clarity. Humans experience afterimages because photoreceptors need time to reset. When you stare at a brightly colored shape and then look away, you may see a faint echo of it in complementary colors. This happens because the stimulated receptors temporarily become less responsive as their light-sensitive molecules recover. During that reset period, the balance of signals in the retina shifts, producing the illusion of a lingering imprint. Afterimages quietly expose the chemistry behind vision, reminding us that perception continues to unfold even after the eyes have already moved on. Some animals have pupils that constrict into pinpoint stars. In certain species, extreme bright light conditions demand an extraordinary response. Their irises contract not into simple circles, but into intricate star-like shapes, reducing incoming light with precision while maintaining depth perception. This geometry allows the eye to preserve detail even under intense glare, preventing damage to sensitive retinal cells. The pattern is not merely functional, it reflects the exquisite orchestration of muscles, nerves, and light-sensitive tissue working together to regulate exposure with surgical accuracy. Whether perched in dazzling sunlight or navigating reflective surfaces, these eyes balance protection with visual clarity in a way that seems almost architectural. The interplay between light and perception extends even further in the animal kingdom. Some creatures actively manipulate light to enhance their vision.
In the deep ocean, bioluminescent shrimp produce bursts of chemical light that illuminate hidden shapes and movements. By casting transient glows, they reveal prey, predators, and terrain that would otherwise vanish in the surrounding darkness. Their eyes are attuned specifically to these self-generated wavelengths, transforming illumination into an active tool for exploration. In these depths, vision is not passive, it becomes a process of shaping the environment to extract meaning from near-complete darkness. At the heart of every visual experience lies a remarkable quantum ballet. Each photon captured by a photoreceptor triggers a molecular transformation at a scale so small that it flirts with the laws of physics themselves. This tiny change cascades into biochemical signals, amplifying a single quantum event into an electrical impulse that traverses the retina and onward into the brain. Millions of such reactions occur every second, converting intangible light into the language of neurons. The retina, in essence, is a bridge between physics and perception, translating the ephemeral into experience. Your eyes are guardians that often detect danger before your mind fully realizes it. When motion appears at the edge of vision, a shadow, a sudden movement, a falling object, rapid neural pathways fire instantaneously. These early warning circuits prioritize action over analysis, preparing muscles and reflexes even as conscious thought catches up. This ancient system, honed over millennia, quietly supports survival in everyday life, reminding us that perception begins with sensation long before understanding.
Some mountain goats rely on panoramic vision to navigate sheer cliffs. On jagged ridges, a single misstep can be fatal, so these animals possess eyes designed to capture a wide, overlapping field of view. Their retinas detect subtle changes in texture and lighting, allowing them to judge safe footing and spot predators from afar. Even at speed, they can track the terrain with remarkable accuracy. This visual adaptation prioritizes stability and spatial awareness over fine detail, perfectly tuned for a life spent on the edge of danger. Vision itself emerges from a dance between light and neural firing. Photons deliver raw energy, but it is the brain that constructs meaning. Signals from photoreceptors are refined through layers of interconnected neurons that respond to motion, edges, contrast, and color relationships. These signals interact, reinforce, or cancel one another until a coherent picture forms. Even then, memory, expectation, and emotion continue to shape perception. What you see is not merely what arrives from the world, it is an ongoing creation, a dialogue between light, tissue, and mind. The optic nerve does more than transmit raw images. It organizes them into meaningful streams. Signals travel through branching pathways that distribute information to multiple regions of the brain simultaneously. Some fibers prioritize movement, alerting the body to potential threats or opportunities. Others focus on color, edges, or fine spatial details, creating the rich tapestry of perception. Timing is critical. The brain must integrate millions of signals arriving in microseconds to produce a coherent visual experience. Even the slightest disruption can distort motion, depth, or focus, revealing the incredible precision required for everyday sight. Some species detect ultraviolet and polarized light, adding entirely new dimensions to perception. Bees, butterflies, and many birds perceive wavelengths invisible to humans, revealing patterns on flowers, wings, and water surfaces that guide behavior. Certain insects can even sense the orientation of light waves, using polarization as a natural compass to navigate with remarkable accuracy. For these creatures, the world is layered with information imperceptible to us, an additional map of hidden shapes, textures, and directional cues that shapes foraging, mating, and survival. The optic nerve itself acts as a sophisticated preprocessor, reducing the computational burden on the brain. Incoming light passes through multiple layers of neurons before reaching higher centers. Some cells detect edges by comparing neighboring brightness, others sense motion, and yet others adjust for global changes in illumination. This pre-processing allows the visual system to extract patterns, highlight important features, and suppress irrelevant noise. By the time signals travel through the optic nerve, the image has already been partially decoded, a biological equivalent of a compressed, optimized data stream. Even the tiniest structures contribute to perception. The tear film, for example, is a multi-layered shield that nourishes the cornea, maintains optical smoothness, and removes debris with every blink. Its oils, watery components, and mucus layer work in concert to create a surface capable of transmitting light with minimal distortion. Without this invisible layer, the sharpness, comfort, and health of the eye would be compromised, demonstrating that vision relies as much on microscale maintenance as on neural computation. Some species combine these adaptations in extreme ways. Deep-sea fish, desert reptiles, and nocturnal amphibians employ oversized lenses, multi-rod retinas, star-shaped pupils, and reflective layers to extract every photon available in hostile conditions. Each feature, evolved to meet specific environmental demands, illustrates how vision is not a single ability, but a complex system of interacting parts. Across species, the eye transforms light into information and information into behavior, survival, and perception. Vision is therefore more than sight. It is a dynamic collaboration between anatomy, physiology, and experience. From the smallest photoreceptor molecule to the millions of signals traveling along the optic nerve, every element contributes to the construction of the world we perceive. The result is a reality that is at once personal, adaptive, and astonishingly precise, revealing the extraordinary intelligence embedded in living eyes.
Even tiny disruptions to the optic nerve can dramatically change how we see, highlighting just how essential this connection is. Think of the optic nerve as a living cable, translating the language of light into electrical signals that the brain transforms into perception. Human faces, for example, activate special visual pathways that respond differently than those used for objects or landscapes. These networks can detect subtle changes in expression, gaze, and emotion in just a fraction of a second. Slight movements of a smile or a raised eyebrow are instantly decoded, allowing us to recognize familiar faces almost instantly. This system develops early and becomes sharper with social experience, supporting empathy, communication, and social bonds. Damage to these circuits can make face recognition difficult, even if vision is otherwise normal, showing how specialized these pathways truly are. In essence, seeing a face is not just vision, it's understanding. Many fish also have remarkable eye adaptations. Their eye color can shift with mood, stress, social interaction, or ambient light. Pigment cells inside the eye spread or condense depending on chemical signals, allowing eyes to darken when threatened or brighten during courtship. In murky or dim waters, color adjustments improve contrast and reduce glare, helping fish communicate or adapt without moving the rest of their body. This creates a visual language that is subtle but essential for survival. The eyes are also protected by natural pigments that absorb harmful wavelengths, especially ultraviolet light. These pigments shield delicate retinal tissue, prevent protein damage, reduce glare, and enhance visual comfort. Their density varies with age, genetics, and environment. This built-in protection works silently every moment you look at the world. Some animals take mobility to extremes. Chameleons, frogs, and certain birds can rotate their eyes far beyond human limits, almost giving them a panoramic view without moving their bodies. In some species, each eye can move independently, monitoring multiple directions at once. This helps predators track prey and prey detect threats, turning their field of view into a living safety system. Humans are wired to see patterns, even when none exist. This evolutionary bias helped early humans detect predators or track signs of danger. Today, it makes us see faces in clouds, shapes in shadows, or patterns in random textures. This instinctive pattern recognition, though sometimes misleading, remains a protective and deeply ingrained part of vision. In the ocean's deeper layers, where sunlight barely reaches, many marine creatures are adapted to detect the faintest blues. Their retinas are specialized to capture these limited wavelengths, allowing them to navigate, hunt, and survive in an almost invisible world. Many deep-sea animals have eyes specially adapted to the blue light that penetrates the ocean. Their photoreceptors contain pigments tuned to these wavelengths, allowing them to spot prey, predators, or potential mates in conditions too dim for human eyes. Some species also have reflective layers behind their retinas, amplifying the available light. This combination creates a visual system perfectly suited for the blue-dominated depths. For these creatures, twilight is never dark. It's a world of subtle gradients, faint shadows, and glowing bioluminescent trails that land-based animals could never perceive. Their environment becomes a readable landscape full of information, where survival depends on noticing every delicate cue. Vision is more than light entering the eye. It's a complex transformation that occurs across neural pathways. Photoreceptors convert photons into electrical signals, which travel through networks of retinal neurons that enhance edges, detect movement, and refine contrast. These signals then move along the optic nerve to various brain regions, each analyzing a different aspect of the scene. Some areas process shapes, others evaluate space, and still others interpret color and brightness. Higher centers blend these signals with memory and context, shaping the perception of motion and meaning. The journey from raw light to conscious experience is an intricate dance of neurons, allowing the eye and brain to transform photons into a vivid understanding of the world.
Even primates use their eyes for communication. In some monkey species, the iris can subtly change color to convey emotions or social status. Pigments shift or blood flow alters the hue around the eye, signaling dominance, curiosity, submission, or alertness. Other group members learn to interpret these delicate changes, guiding cooperation, avoiding conflict, or strengthening bonds, all without making noise or drawing attention from predators. These quiet eye signals show the sophistication of primate communication and highlight the fine-tuned visual perception required to notice them. In humans, the eyes do more than see. They help regulate the body's internal clock. Every morning, light entering the eyes triggers signals that reset circadian rhythms, controlling sleep, alertness, appetite, mood, and body temperature. Specialized retinal cells measure brightness and transmit this information to brain regions that coordinate hormone release, including melatonin. Even small changes in light timing or quality can shift these rhythms, affecting energy, focus, and sleep. Through this connection, the eyes act as guardians of daily biological balance, translating patterns of light into signals that guide overall health. Some animals develop entirely new eyes during metamorphosis. Insects like butterflies and certain amphibians undergo transformations so dramatic that their early life eyes are replaced by entirely new organs. The larval eyes that guided them through their juvenile stage often aren't suitable for adult life. Inside cocoons or hidden resting phases, clusters of undifferentiated cells grow into adult eyes, forming lenses, pigments, and neural connections designed for a very different world. These new eyes often have far better resolution, color sensitivity, or spatial awareness, helping the adult navigate open spaces, recognize mates, or locate flowers and prey. When the creature emerges, it sees the world not as it did before, but through organs perfectly adapted to its adult lifestyle. A powerful example of how vision can be rebuilt from the ground up. Human eyes are also incredibly sensitive to subtle social cues. They can detect micro-expressions, tiny, fleeting changes in facial features that last only fractions of a second. Even without conscious awareness, the eyes pick up these shifts in eyebrows, eyelids, or lips and send the information to brain circuits specialized for social understanding. These tiny cues reveal emotions like suspicion, curiosity, or trust, helping humans interpret intentions beyond words. By detecting micro-expressions, the eyes act as precise instruments in social communication, allowing people to navigate complex interactions with empathy and insight. Some animals living in dense forests perceive colors humans cannot imagine. In shadowy undergrowth where sunlight filters in fragments, certain species rely on photoreceptors tuned to wavelengths outside the human range. This allows them to distinguish subtle differences among leaves, moss, fungi, and camouflaged prey, details invisible to us. Their world is painted with hues and shades that exist beyond the limits of human vision, turning ordinary forests into landscapes rich with hidden information. These expanded color perceptions remind us that human vision is only one version of reality, and countless others exist beyond our biology. Human eyes maintain clarity through a combination of focusing systems. Clear vision depends not just on changing the lens shape, but also on coordinated movements of the eye muscles, tiny adjustments in pupil size, and subtle changes to the cornea's curvature. When shifting focus from something near to something far away, all these components work together seamlessly. The brain orchestrates the process, making corrections so that light converges precisely on the retina. This coordination allows us to read, recognize faces, and explore our surroundings effortlessly, turning a mechanical adjustment into a finely tuned biological performance. Some animals can see behind them without moving their heads. Birds, fish, and certain insects have eyes positioned to provide an unusually wide field of view, sometimes extending into areas humans cannot see. This adaptation helps them monitor for predators, locate food, or navigate complex environments while keeping their bodies oriented efficiently. By expanding their visual perspective, these animals gain a constant awareness of their surroundings, a survival advantage that shows how evolution can shape vision in extraordinary ways. Some animals have eyes positioned to capture almost everything around them.
Prey species often have eyes high on the head or on the sides, giving them a sweeping view of their surroundings. This allows them to spot predators approaching from unexpected angles, gaining precious seconds to react. Birds flying in flocks also benefit from this broad vision, helping them maintain formation and avoid collisions. Insects with compound eyes, made of hundreds or thousands of tiny lenses, can see far beyond human peripheral vision. Their world is one of constant awareness, where danger and opportunity can appear from any direction. Evolution has shaped these visual systems to match each species' survival needs.
Humans are naturally skilled at spotting patterns, even where none exist. When we encounter random shapes, static, or chaotic textures, our brains instinctively search for structure. This tendency has deep evolutionary roots. Recognizing patterns in footprints, shadows, or foliage once meant finding food or avoiding predators. Today, it still helps us interpret abstract textures, see faces in clouds, or find meaning in accidental arrangements. The eyes collect raw visual data, and the brain applies experience, memory, and innate instincts to make sense of it. While this ability can sometimes create illusions or false positives, it highlights a key feature of human perception. We are wired to seek meaning even in randomness. Some creatures go beyond light-based vision entirely. In murky rivers or cloudy coastal waters, certain species, like electric fish, sense their surroundings through bioelectric fields. These animals generate weak electrical currents, which shift when objects enter their vicinity. Special receptors in the skin detect these distortions, sending signals to the brain that create a three-dimensional map of the environment. Using electricity instead of light, they can navigate, hunt, and communicate even in total darkness, a type of vision completely alien to humans. The eye itself builds a detailed map of the world using layers of processing. From the moment photons hit the retina, specialized cells detect edges, motion, orientation, and brightness, each contributing a piece of the puzzle. These signals travel along separate channels to the brain, where they are integrated into a cohesive picture. The resulting map isn't a perfect replica of reality, but a meaningful reconstruction that highlights important information, suppresses distractions, and aligns new input with memory. This constant updating of the internal visual map guides movement, decision-making, and understanding, showing that sight is both sensation and cognition working together. Predatory birds have vision specially adapted for high-speed dives. When they plunge from great heights at incredible speeds, their eyes stay sharp and focused despite wind pressure and rapid motion. Muscles inside the eye instantly adjust the lens for clarity, while bony structures protect the eye from distortion. A dense arrangement of photoreceptors allows them to spot prey below, and a transparent nictitating membrane sweeps across the eye to keep it clear without blocking vision. What looks like a blur to humans becomes a stable, detailed scene for these birds, enabling precise strikes and showcasing how evolution perfects vision for extreme tasks. Humans rely on visual illusions to navigate a complex world. Light, overlapping objects, and motion can create ambiguous scenes, and the brain must interpret them quickly. To do this, it uses shortcuts and assumptions, which can produce illusions. Lines appear curved, colors look different, or still images seem to shimmer. These are not errors, but evidence of the strategies the brain uses to simplify complexity, allowing us to make sense of a chaotic visual world in real time. Without these shortcuts, interpreting every detail in the visual world would take far longer than the brain could manage. Visual illusions reveal the balance between accuracy and efficiency, showing that perception is not a direct recording of reality.
Instead, it is a constructed interpretation shaped by biological constraints, learned expectations, and evolutionary priorities. Some animals experience two distinct color worlds depending on the light. Certain species switch between different sets of photoreceptors as the day changes. In bright sunlight, one set of receptors reveals vibrant colors, ideal for foraging or social interactions. As twilight falls, another set becomes active, highlighting contrasts that are better suited for low-light navigation. For example, some reef fish perceive rich, colorful patterns in the sun, but shift to subtle tones when the water dims. Their brains adapt quickly, ensuring each visual world remains coherent. This dual system allows animals to interpret their surroundings with precision, even when lighting changes unpredictably. The eye can also perceive texture through tiny gradients of light. Even when an object has no clear edges or contrasting colors, the visual system detects subtle variations in how light scatters across its surface. These differences reveal smoothness, roughness, curvature, and material type. By combining signals from multiple regions of the retina, the brain reconstructs a tactile sense from purely visual input. This ability lets humans distinguish polished stone from woven fabric or rough bark from a distance, supporting navigation across uneven or shifting terrain.
Some animals protect their eyes with transparent eyelids. Reptiles, amphibians, and certain birds have evolved nictitating membranes, thin, see-through layers that slide across the eye without blocking vision. Diving birds use them like built-in goggles, shielding eyes from turbulence while maintaining clarity underwater. Desert reptiles rely on them to keep sand from scratching the cornea. The membrane's transparency depends on a precise balance of thickness, moisture, and structure, ensuring incoming light isn't distorted. This adaptation lets the eyes remain fully functional even while shielded, offering protection in environments where damage is frequent. Human vision relies on collaboration between both brain hemispheres. While each eye sends information to both sides, the hemispheres specialize differently. One side focuses on fine details like letters, textures, and small shapes, while the other emphasizes broader patterns, spatial layouts, motion, or emotional cues. The corpus callosum connects these hemispheres, merging their interpretations into a single coherent perception. This constant interplay allows humans to understand complex scenes quickly and accurately. The effortless world we see is actually the product of ongoing collaboration between two halves of the brain. Every part of the visual system contributes its own unique strength to the experience of sight. Some animals use reflective crystals inside their eyes to boost vision. Species that live in low-light environments often line parts of their eyes with tiny reflective crystals. These structures send light that wasn't absorbed the first time back through the photoreceptors, giving a second chance to detect every photon. Made of substances like guanine, these crystals form precise layers that enhance sensitivity without blurring the image. This adaptation lets animals see clearly in caves, deep water, or nocturnal habitats, and sometimes makes their eyes appear to glow when light shines on them. Every photon counts, and these mirrored structures ensure that none go to waste. The human eye also adapts in culturally unique ways. Written language is a recent invention, yet our visual system quickly learns to recognize letters, numbers, and symbols. Neural pathways originally devoted to natural shapes are repurposed to decode writing. With repeated exposure, children gradually build connections that make reading fluent and automatic, while adults continue refining these circuits throughout life.
Reading becomes a collaboration between ancient visual networks and newly learned patterns, demonstrating the brain's remarkable flexibility in expanding how we interpret the world. Some creatures can focus on multiple distances at once. Certain predators, fish, and other animals possess eyes with layered retinas or divided lenses that allow them to see near and far simultaneously. Light from different angles is directed to separate focusing zones, enabling the brain to process parallel streams of information without confusion. This gives these animals an extraordinary advantage in complex environments like coral reefs or dense forests, where nearby threats and distant opportunities must be monitored at the same time. Human eyes are more than biological sensors. They are gateways for consciousness. Light enters the eye, but meaning emerges only when the mind interprets that information. Memory, emotion, and experience all shape what we see, turning raw visual data into a personal, lived story. Conscious awareness chooses what to focus on, filters distractions, and assigns significance to patterns that might otherwise be overlooked. The eye is the bridge between the outside world and our inner experience, turning photons into perception and perception into meaning. As this quiet journey through the mysteries of the eye comes to a close, take a moment to appreciate the subtle wonders of vision. Even with your eyes closed, memories, colors, and impressions continue to glow softly within the mind. You have wandered through a world of tiny miracles, each happening in the span of a heartbeat, each reminding us that our senses carry far more depth and beauty than we often realize. If you've enjoyed this calm exploration of sight, consider liking, subscribing, or leaving a thought below to share the experience with others. But for now, let your breathing slow, let the day fade away, and settle into comfort. Good night.